Hey guys, Chauncey Phillips with our brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video today. Taking to go out today, see things came out today, see things are on sale. Now today though, new release-wise, there's actually a handful of new things coming out and a lot of different exclusives. Actually a lot of steelbooks as well. The main things coming out today though is Fast 9, which is the newest Fast and Furious film. I think it's called now it's like Fast 9, the Fast Saga, or something like that is what they're calling it. But with that one though, I know there's a number of different retail exclusives. I think like Target has like I'm pretty sure Target has an exclusive, and then Best Buy has a steelbook. And then also though, Cruella is releasing today, and that one I know there's a lot of different exclusives. Target has one that I believe has, I think it's like art cards with it. And then with at Walmart, it looks like they have an exclusive slipcover version. I think it's like a slipcover in black. I like a black slipcover for it. And then the other one, Best Buy has an exclusive steelbook. Also, though, the other things coming out today was Clockwork Orange is coming out to 4K for the very first time. And with that one, Best Buy has an exclusive steelbook. And also, though, Unbreakle is releasing on 4K for the first time. And there's an exclusive steelbook for that one at Best Buy. And I saw some pictures for that steelbook. It's a really, really cool one. It looks a lot like the one they had for Glass. It kind of has that similar look that I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was for Glass. They had an exclusive steelbook. It was a really cool like image. It was all split down in the image, like had cracks down the image and everything. But definitely a very cool steelbook they had for that one. Also though, at the end of this video is going to be a whole bunch of brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews for some things I received to review and talk about for you guys. Also is going to be an unboxing as well. And also too, let me know as well, what you guys thought of the DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks that are reviewed. If you guys have seen them, what you guys thought of them. And also if you guys plan on picking any of them up. But anyway though, guys, let's get going and see what we can find today. Into Target we go. And I'm actually here a little bit earlier today. It's about 12, I think it's about 12:15 now. So, fingers crossed, hopefully they have this stuff out and I'm not too early. Because sometimes I've noticed if I come to the stores too early, this stuff is like not out at all. But you guys know from the videos, quite so often things aren't out as it is. But if you go too early, there's even more of a chance of it not being out. But we will see. I feel like today though, just like last Tuesday was a really big week for releases. So I feel like this stuff should be on the shelves, now, and there might even be a stand for Cruella, but we'll see though. Like I said, fingers crossed. But we'll take a look over here, and it doesn't look like they have anything changed out. Last Tuesday they didn't either. I do see one new thing from last week, Black Widow. They just have a random DVD of Black Widow here, but it's in the wrong spot. It says Spirit Untamed. But no, none of the new stuff here. And this is still here with this random promo sticker thing there. I don't know, that's like so weird because that's like a Black Friday sticker. So it's so weird that that's on there already. I can't figure that out. And that's been in here for like a couple weeks like that. I think ever since it first released, it was on the shelf like that. But no, I'm not seeing anything different over here, but we'll check over in the section and see, and we'll see if there's a standee, because I know I saw in some videos, I think there was a Black Widow standee in here, I believe, in some of the stores, but I'm not 100% sure, but I believe I saw one, but like I said, we'll head back there and see, so fingers crossed. Yeah, in here though, I see the cart and everything out, and I over here though, I don't know if there's like still stuff on here to be put out. There might be things that are still here, like, I think that stuff seems to be all older things. But I looked over here though in the actual front, and I saw like there was a few things put out over here, but for the most part it was empty. Like, see, you see all the spots for like Fast 9 and like the exclusives and everything. And they do have Cruella though. They have the standard Blu-ray here, and it's in the red case again too. It seems like Disney's been putting them in the red cases lately, and it's going to be $24.99. And then their exclusive edition here is like I said, it includes these foil-etched like art kind of card things with them, and it's a 4K edition for that, but it's $34.99 for that. But you see the spots for the other ones, like Lady of the Manor, Cruella DVD there, Cruella, I think there's like a Dalmatians one. They do have Batwoman, the second season here, Blu-ray and DVD down there for that. But other than that though, I don't see any of the other stuff out, and all the other stuff here too, this is just older stuff from the past couple weeks and everything. I might go though to another Target. I probably will, just to try and see if I can see the other editions. And I believe, like I said, I think there was an exclusive Fast and Furious one, but we shall see though. But like I said, I had a feeling that might happen. At least we got to see though the one exclusive though out for Cruella though. Yeah, but I don't know if it was just, you know, because it was like earlier the stuff wasn't out. I think that's probably what it was. But it was funny how there was like randomly like that one copy of that thing there and everything. But before we go over to the Walmart over here, this is the Walmart though that, you know, never has anything out at all anymore. I still just go to it just kind of as like a gag. I don't even know why I keep doing it. But I always just kind of do it like, you know, as like sort of a thing. It's like I just always, every week, I just keep going there. And I just keep not learning my lesson about it. But we're going to go before, though, there's a Spirit Halloween over there. And I've seen a lot of people posting pictures and videos and stuff of a lot of really cool exclusive stuff in there. Like some stuff for Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Like they have some dolls. They have like a Killer Clowns from Outer Space ray gun. There's a whole bunch of different stuff I've seen. It's like a couple different toys, I think. Other toys as well. So we'll see if any of that stuff is in there. I don't know if they have like a section of exclusive stuff or something like that in there, but we'll see. But then after that, we'll go to this Walmart, and then I'm probably going to go to at least one or two other ones today, because there will be a handful of things, and I do want to pick up Cruella, so I'm not sure which edition. The slipcover one that they have in Walmart looked kind of cool, the 4K one, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm not sure which one for sure I'm going to get, though. But first, going to head over to Spirit. Into Spirit Halloween we go. And one funny thing too about Spirit Halloween was that was actually one of the first places I ever worked. I think it was actually pretty much the first job I ever had was a Spirit Halloween. I used to post little clips of the store when I was like on this channel back in the day, and I used to call it Spookies because I was afraid of anyone knowing that I actually worked at Spirit, so I said it was Spooky, so no one would have said anything. Yeah, but I went all around in there though, and I didn't see, you know, any of the exclusive stuff. I saw this one Beetlejuice wreath thing, but I think that might have been one of the exclusive things to Spirit, but I didn't see any of that Killer Clown stuff. I did see some posts though with people saying that it is very hard to find and they're not finding them in their stores, but I've seen some pictures and it looked like there was like a doll, like Killer Clown's dolls, and then the actual ray gun. So that's the one thing, like I said, I'm trying to find. So I'm definitely going to go to more of these Spirits like this, not necessarily this one. I know there's some though that are a little bit bigger and have much more of like the big like stands and stuff like that that jump out at you. Like I think the ones that are the bigger locations might be more, you know, of a chance to actually have, you know, find that stuff in there, but we'll see. If you guys have looked for any of those things, let me know in the comments below if you guys ended up finding them. But now we're going to head over to that dreaded Walmart over there, so we'll see. We'll see if anything is put out. Into Walmart we go. And as normal, we have to go back here live, you know, because I haven't peeked yet, so we'll see, you know, what's back here and everything. It's always sort of exciting to go back live, but then sometimes you get like a little, like right here, you can kind of peek, sort of right through here sometimes, and then you're like, uh-oh, I spotted the bad news. I think I've spotted the bad news again. Like I said, I just come here as almost like a gag. Here it is again. Look at this. I mean, like, come on, Walmart. What is with this location? Like, look at it yet again. Look at this. All the stuff, all the spots. You know, will they ever? And also, let's be honest here. If we're going to, like, start making fun of this location, will they ever dust this? You know, will they ever, like, sweep this up and clean this? It's just crazy. You know, it's just like it is every week. Let's see. And then you look on the side here. Did anything new make its way out? Nope. Let's see. And look over here, all the stuff. You can see all the stuff today. There's a lot of different things today, like The Power, The Boys from Hell. This is one of the movies that I was in, The Tooth Fairy, the newest Tooth Fairy movie. That was today. So there's definitely a lot of different stuff today coming out as well. So like I said, we're going to go to another location. This one you just always just go to just to see if they ever change anything. And, you know, I see a couple random newer things that have made their way in here. Not a lot of them though, you know, from what I can tell. Like I see, were any of these ones here? No, I don't think so. I think all these ones were older as far as I can tell, but like I said, we'll head to some other locations though, and hopefully, you know, they'll have the stuff out and everything today. Into Best Buy we go. And I figured I would go to Best Buy before I go to the other Walmart locations and everything, because I have a strong feeling that these steelbooks that they have are going to sell out really quick. I realized too they also have an exclusive steelbook of a Clockwork Orange, but the Unbreakable one is the one that I have a feeling will go really quick. I have a feeling there's not going to be a lot of that one in here. Cruella, I think there'll be a handful of, because last time with Black Widow I was here a little bit later and they had a lot left, but we'll see. Fingers crossed, we'll see what they got in there. But we're going to head back and see. Like I said, fingers crossed, hopefully stuff is out. And like, here's a little standee for Black Widow they have. Let's see, I see some of the Cruellas, but no, they look like they're already gone this early. I do see one of the Unbreakables. I'm definitely going to get this. It's a little expensive though. It's $28.99. I had a feeling this was going to be expensive for this one, but it is a very cool steelbook. I absolutely love this movie too. Like, out of every M. Night Shyamalan movie, I think this is probably my favorite one, especially like the ending to this movie is so amazing too. I think like it has some of the best acting in the history of films, like that last scene of this movie. But definitely, I'm just going to make sure I get one that's not messed up or anything, because you always got to check that there's no like weird dents or anything on them. But the Clockwork Orange one as well, that one is gone as well. That would be $33.99. But the Cruella, the standard one, is actually in a red case as well. So the underneath of the 4K is in a red case. So I might get this one for. That's kind of cool. So I actually liked it in the red case. So that one's $29.99 for this one here. And then it's $19.99 for the standard DVD. And if they had the steelbook, it would be $34.99. Let's see. Like I said, Clockwork Orange is $24.99 for the standard 4K. Let's see if there's anything else over here. Oh, and then over here they have the Fast and Furious. So I don't see. Yeah, the steelbook is going for that as well. I don't know if they all sold out. Here's like what it looks like for it. I don't know if they had already all sold out already, or if like they didn't get them or something. But they might have already sold out that quick. But let's see. Yeah, see, this is what I thought. Black Widow, the 4K of Black Widow was not in a red case. And that's why I didn't get it, because I really liked it in the red case. So I think I'm gonna, like I said, I think I'm gonna do that. Let's see. Let's make sure there's nothing else mixed in down here. Let's check right here too, because sometimes right here they can have them too. They have the standard. Oh, so they have a Blu-ray of it not in a red case for Cruella as well. That's $24.99. I'm definitely, like I said, going to get this one. Let's see. Some of the other ones today, though, Lady of the Manor, that one's $15.99. And they also have a new Vestron release. And this is a great price, only $11.99 for this one here. And this is the Francis Ford Coppola's, I believe it's his first film here, the director's cut of Dementia 13 for $11.99. Other than that, though, I don't see anything else different here. Like I said, then let's see, is there any? Yeah, none of these exclusives, though. It's crazy, all these ones are gone. No other ones down here that I can tell. Like I said, just trying to make sure I don't miss over anything. But yeah, these definitely went fast today. Either they went fast, I feel like they must have just gone fast or something, or they didn't get them, because if there's some Unbreakable ones still, it's just weird. But I wouldn't have thought, honestly, that the Fast and Furious ones would have gone that quickly. But I guess maybe they did, or like I said, or they just didn't get put out. Yeah, so let me know, though, if you went to Best Buy, if your location sold out really fast of those, or if you just didn't see them. I'm just guessing that maybe they were pre-ordered ahead of time and they just sold really quick. I just, like I said, I just feel like the Fast and Furious one wouldn't have sold that fast, though. I don't know, though, but I'm glad I found the Unbreakable one. That was the one that I wanted. And like I said, I like that this Cruella one is in the red case. I have not seen this one yet, though. I definitely am looking forward to getting to finally watch this one. But now, though, gonna head to the other Walmart location and see what they have, though. So fingers crossed, hopefully that one has out some of the stuff. Into the second Walmart we go. But we'll head back and see. And like I said, this one lately, though, this particular location has been pretty good with having the new stuff out. I mean, it's kind of like, now that I said that, though, it might have been like jinxed and everything, but at least the last 2 weeks, this location has been pretty good with having stuff out. This is a newer stand here that says made in the 90s. I think it's like they put some Halloween stuff in this spot, like a great pumpkin Charlie Brown one there. But let's see, though. Like I said, I want to go back here and see.
I'm really hoping some of these things are out, because I know there was a bunch of different things. I am seeing the one thing though that I wanted to see, which is good. So let's see. Oh, so here is the exclusive slipcover in here for Cruella. Like I said, it has an exclusive one. It also includes Disney Classic Stories code, so it has like an ebook in here, but it's $32.99, so it's more money for this one with this slipcover, but it is red underneath, so I wasn't sure if it was going to be red still, but that's a pretty cool different slipcover for that. It's the standard one is $29.99, and then $24.99 for the standard Blu-ray, and then the DVD only is $19.99. And then they have a Fast and Furious only at Walmart collection here. Is this a DVD or a DVD collection, which has all 9 of the films in it for this one here? And that one's $44.99 for that one. Other than that, though, like I said, I'm just checking here to make sure there's nothing else. I don't want to miss anything in here. Let's see. Anything else down here? Let's see. Let's see down over here. But they do have the one thing that I wanted to get. This is the Tooth Fairy movie for $9.99. This is the one that I'm in this one, and I'm like talking about like the history. Basically, the one character's watching this thing on the computer, and I'm talking all about the Tooth Fairy. It's a big scene in here, so I'm like in there a lot, kind of talking about the history of the Tooth Fairy. But that one is on $9.96 for that one, and then Batwoman here, season 2. That one is $29.99 for the DVD. Sorry, $29.96, and then $14.96 for Lady of the Manor, and then $12.96 for Lady of the Manor DVD. Let me see, anything else here? I think this one was today. This one called Domino, Battle of the Bones. This movie with David Arquette and you know, Snoop Dogg. Like, if you guys have watched this one, let me know if this one is worth checking out. It looks like it might be kind of fun. And then there's one here called God of War 2, and that one is $12.96. I don't see Virgil. That one is $12.96 as well. That released today as well. That was one I was interested in seeing. The one guy I know was in that movie, Dave Davis, who was in Ghost Shark. Let's see, just make sure there's nothing else down here. I don't see anything else different here as far as I can tell, though, but at least they did have this one out, and for the most part, most of the things, there's just a couple of different things not out. Yeah, so I ended up getting that Tooth Fairy one, and if you guys get to check it out, though, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, that's the one where I'm in there as like an expert in the Tooth Fairy, and it's like a long thing of me like talking about all these facts about the Tooth Fairy and everything. And I bought a whole bunch more of those caramel macchiato coffees for my brother, because this is like the only location I've been able to find them. Every other one, you can't find them. You can't find them in any markets or anything. It's very strange. You can only find the large containers of them. But now, though, I think I'm going to head to the other area, and I might go to a second Best Buy just to see if I can see any of the steelbooks for the Cruella one, and then the Fast and Furious, you know, the F9 one. So we'll see. So we're probably going to head down there now. And there's another Target out there, too, so I can go to another Target, too, to see if they have any of their exclusives. Into the second Target we go. Yeah, taking a look here, though, on the front, in here, though, in this location, they actually have the new stuff switched out. So they have, like, Boss Baby, that I think was last Tuesday, Black Widow, they have Cruella. They don't have all of them here, but they do have Fast 9. Like, I thought there was an exclusive edition of that one. And this one has in here, it's a Blu-ray exclusive. It's not a 4, I don't think there's going to be a 4K exclusive version of it, but it includes 10 collectible character art cards in this one here. So that's the exclusive one for that, and it looks like it's $26.99 for the exclusive Target exclusive one, and $24.99 for the standard Blu-ray, then $19.99. But you will head over to the actual section, though, and see if they have anything else different over there and any of the Cruella exclusives still. Yeah, actually in the section over here, though, they have all the stuff out. And I actually did show, I realized I did show the exclusive one for this one with the limited edition X prints. I did show that one in the last Target, the first Target. But like I said, it looks like there's no 4K exclusive version. It looks like it's only Blu-ray exclusive. But they have Lady of the Manor here as well for $16.96 for the DVD. And they also have this Cruella 2-pack here on Blu-ray, which has Cruella and 101 Dalmatians, the original, for $29.99, and then $19.99 for the DVD version of that. Other than that, though, I don't see anything else different here. I did see one other thing over here, though. I saw Young Sheldon. No, I saw, that was last week, but Equalizer Season 1 for $29.99. And then Batwoman, the complete second season, for $32.99 for the Blu-ray, and then $26.99 for the DVD. But other than that, though, definitely not seeing any other things here. Let's just check. There's usually like kids movies over here if there's anything different. Here, this seems to be all the Halloween stuff and everything here, as far as I can tell. But yeah, nothing else that different. This is an interesting set. I've never seen this. The complete series, is this the, oh no, seasons 1 through 3 of Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's like a repackaged one. That's kind of a weird random one. Now before we go to the second Best Buy, we can go to the Walmart out here. This is the one that's always kind of hit or miss. Sometimes I find stuff in here. I was in here yesterday though, and I did see 1 or 2 newer releases out already by mistake in there. But the Best Buy is right over there, so we're going to go to there, the Best Buy right after, and we'll see if they have any of the Cruella steelbooks in there. Because like I said, I wanted to see those ones in person as well as the Fast and Furious one. Because like I said, I'm convinced, I feel like that wouldn't have sold out that fast. But you never know, but we'll see though. But into the third Best Buy we go. But in here today, though, I did see a couple different things. Like this one here came out, this one called Boys from County Hell. This is a Shudder exclusive one. This one, there is a Blu-ray release as well. They only have the DVD. But if you guys have seen this one, though, let me know if this one is worth checking out. This one, Alien Battlefield. I don't know if this was this week or last week. And one of the only other things for $14.99, this is one I looked up, and this one is a Walmart exclusive one. This one called The Best of Harvey Toon Show, which has like Casper, Richie Rich, you know, Baby Huey and stuff like that. Like I said, this one is only available in Walmart for $14.99. Yeah, but that location didn't have any of the, the Cruella or Fast and Furious 9. None of them out. Like I said, it's Walmarts are like that a lot. Like, luckily enough, though, the second one we went to is doing better now with, having the stuff out. And I think what's happened is, I feel like the one guy that, used to do this section or something, like maybe he left or something and he's back, because I saw that guy actually stocking in the second store, and that guy used to always do a really good job, and then I never saw the guy, like he vanished. You know what I mean? So now he seems to be back again, so maybe that location is now going to be good all the time. So fingers crossed that's how it's going to be. But we'll see though if this Best Buy though has any of these exclusives though. We'll see though. Yeah, taking a look over here though, and I don't see any of the Steelbook ones in here. I do see this one that came out last Tuesday. I don't think I saw this last Tuesday, the Rear Window 4K Steelbook. But they don't have any of the Clockwork Orange ones. They do have 2 left of the Unbreakable ones, and then they have the standard Unbreakable. So the standard one is $22.99 for that one, and then $28.89 for that one for the Steelbook. Let's see though on the other side if they have anything too. But no, and they have no more of the Black Widow Steelbooks either. But let's check down over here as well. But no, these ones went really quick today. They really did. And I don't see any of the Fast and Furious. They were on the side. But let's see, no. They don't have any of the Fast and Furious ones either. They seem to have sold out in here as well, or they didn't get them in. So one or two. And this came out last Tuesday. I think I might have forgot to show that one. But other than that, though, it's all the same stuff that I showed in the last location. Don't see anything different here, though. So anyway though, guys, that's all for my DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video. Like I always say, if you guys enjoy these shopping videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Also though, in the comments below though, let me know anything new that you guys picked up on DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K today. Let me know too, like which edition, if you guys picked up, Cruella, which one you guys got, or if you got, F9, the newest Fast and Furious film. Also too, let me know anything new that you guys have watched on streaming, or any new movies that you've seen on, at the movie theaters or on TV or anything like that, any new shows that you guys have been watching as well. And also too, be sure to let me know what you guys thought of the DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks that I reviewed at the end of this video, what you guys thought of them, if you guys have seen them. Also, if you guys plan on picking any of them up. But anyway though, guys, like I always say, if you guys enjoy these shopping videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, bye. Now, before we get to the reviews, we have an unboxing here that came from Warner Brothers. They sent over this box here to show you guys, and this has to do with the film The Shawshank Redemption. Here, was just released on 4K for the first time last Tuesday. Like I said, this is a promo box that has to do with the film, and thanks so much for Warner Brothers for sending over the free copy of this box and the what's inside to show you guys. So in here, though, you see it's like a replica in the way the box is of the hole in the wall, in the film. Actually, like I said, I'll open this up here and show you guys what's inside of here. So let's see. The first thing in here, it has a note on here talking about how the film was, released on, on 4K for the first time last Tuesday, and they included a copy of the film here on 4K. I always love this movie. It's a very, very sad film, just what is going on and everything, and just what these guys are going through in prison. But I've always loved this movie.
It's one of those films, too, if you guys have never seen this, too, to watch this, because I reviewed the 4K last Tuesday. If you guys have never seen this one, though, before, and you guys have 4K capacities, would definitely recommend watching this one, you know, for the first time on 4K. They also included a hammer, and it's a real hammer, not like a fake one here. It says Shawshank Redemption on here. It's like one of those old school kind of ones that has, like, the weird kind of end on it, like in the movie. I also included a copy of, you know, there's Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption. So is it Stephen King's? So I guess it's like not the book of it, but I guess it's like some kind of a book talking about the movie, I believe. And then they also have a harmonica here that says Shawshank Redemption, you know, as well. And also there is a chess set here, a little chess set for the film. It says Shawshank Redemption on here. And let me tell you, though, when it comes to chess, I know it has a thing on here. I don't know anything at all about chess. Like, I would not have the slightest clue how to do that. And every time I think of you know, chess, the one thing that I always think of, for some reason, is that movie that I remember seeing as a kid called Searching for Bobby Fischer. Like, I don't know if I'm the only person in the world that, like, no matter what, the first thing I think of when I think of chess is I think of that movie. I remember seeing that as a kid, and then as a kid when I was seeing it, I was just like, I don't know if I like this movie. I think I'm bored by this movie. I just remember so well watching the Searching for Bobby Fischer and not really liking that movie too much as a kid. So I always remember that when I think of chess. Now let's go on to the brand new Blu-ray, DVD, and 4K reviews. Now the first one's here. This one comes from Arrow Video. Now this is one I absolutely love. This movie now that's available for the first time on 4K, which is so cool. And I've watched this movie throughout the years so many times. And this is, you know, The Children of the Corn, available for the first time on 4K. And this is the original film, you know, not like, because there's been a lot of different Children of the Corns. There's like the one a couple years ago. I believe there's a new one coming out. There was the TV movie one that they made for Sci-Fi, which is a remake of this one. So I actually kind of liked the Sci-Fi Channel's, you know, remake of this one. I thought it was okay. This one's the original, though, stars Linda Hamilton. And I always like this one. It's basically, though, about this couple that ends up, you know, driving through this area, and they end up basically, it's like this weird, it's like the town of Gatlin, where it's like everything is kind of weird. They drive through it, and they basically, something happens, and they end up basically trapped in this town, and come to find out that the place seems totally abandoned. They're not seeing anyone around, not seeing any adults, but they're seeing like these kids kind of wandering around. And it's basically, though, this town of all these kids that have basically, what has happened, something bad has happened with these kids and what they've done to the adults, and now the two adults that, you know, drove to this town find themselves trapped in there. But it's a great movie. Like I said, I've watched this movie so many times throughout the years. Looks great here on 4K. Now keep in mind, though, this only includes the 4K version of the film. It doesn't include a Blu-ray, so only get this particular edition, though, if you guys have 4K capacities. But on here, though, it has a brand new 4K restoration for the original camera negative. On here, like I said, it looks great here. It has on here, though, a commentary track on here with horror journalist Justin Beam on here. Commentary track on here with the director as well as the producer and some of the actors in the film, like Courtney Gaines. The making of Children of the Corn on here, has on here interviews on here with Linda Hamilton, a brand new you know, featurette revisiting the film's shooting locations on here. Stephen King, a shoestring budget interview on here with the producer of the film. Has on here, though, Disciples of the Corn, a 1983 short film adaptation of the film, theatrical trailer. But like I said, if you guys have never seen this movie, really fun film. I like the sequels as well. Like, I've watched every single one of the Children of the Corn sequels, and everything they've ever done of Children of the Corn I've always watched. Always been a fan of these films. But the first one, though, I always thought was the best of the movies. They got a little bit more goofy as they went along. The next one here is an interesting one here from Arrow Video as well. And this one here is a one called Death Screams. And this is one, what year was this from? I think it was from, I can't remember what year the movie was actually from. I think 82 is when it was from. But it's one you don't really hear about too much. I had never heard of this one. It's basically, you know, it's kind of like a serial killer kind of thing. I'm blanking on what happened on here, because I watched it and I totally forgot what happened. Oh yeah, it was like the people like somebody kills this couple in the beginning, and then they throw them off of like this, like into the river or something like that, and it's basically like some sort of a weird type of killer in this small town. It's basically the police are trying to figure out what it is, so it's kind of like a plot crime investigation kind of thing about them trying to get to the bottom of who is the killer and stuff like that. It was a fun movie though. I love the cover on this one, and especially the back to it has this real 80s style look to it. It's hard to explain, but it's one of these ones that like was a real seldom seen movie, but has on here though feature wise a brand new 2K restoration on here from an archival 35mm print. It has on here though what's some of the other stuff on here, a brand new commentary track on here where the hysteria continues, the making of on here, newly produced documentary on here with interviews on here, image galleries on here, alternate VHS opening titles. It has the 2 versions of the screenplay for the film and the BD Blu-ray ROM on here as well. And then also in here too, it had a a booklet in here with some stuff about the film, some stills, stuff about the production, that kind of stuff here, as well. And also too, I can't remember, did I show inside for the Children of the Corn one? I can't remember if I showed what was in there. Just in case I didn't, I'll show you guys what's inside the Children of the Corn one. I don't think I did. In here too, it has a booklet. I know I did. I showed you in here. I'm like totally blanking. I'm filming this at a really weird time. I filmed this at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, haven't gone to sleep yet or anything. Now though, on to the next titles here are from Lionsgate. Now the next one here is one that stars Melanie Lynskey. I always know saying her name wrong, but I always think of her from Heavenly Creatures and But I'm a Cheerleader. And it's a movie here which Justin Long directed this movie with. I think it was his brother. Yes, Justin Long and his brother directed this movie. It's a film here called Lady of the Manor. And this is a fun movie. It also has Ryan Phillippe is in here. And Louis Guzman. It was basically though about Melanie Lynskey's character, who she's basically does delivers cannabis door to door and stuff like that, and she ends up like going and delivering it to the wrong house by mistake, and then there's this big mix up. She gets in trouble with the cops, and she has to try and figure out what she's gonna do because of this, because she gets arrested and everything. So then she ends up working at this place that's kind of almost like working at the Whaley House, where they have an old house where they had kind of a weird history to it, and people come there and see the tour of it. So she basically gets a job there as being the tour guide, and she basically has to play the lady of the manor, who's basically playing Judy Greer's character, basically reenacting the woman that used to live in that house in the 1800s. So her character is basically saying, "Oh, hello, I'm the lady of this house," and all this kind of telling the tour of it and everything. And Judy Greer's character doesn't like the way she's playing her, so she kind of comes back to life and kind of tries to teach her how to play her and everything, and it becomes all this wacky stuff. It's a really, really fun movie. Has on here though a commentary track on here with the directors on here. It has a making of on here, outtakes, as well as deleted scenes. The next one here is from Lionsgate as well, and I really like this movie. This one stars Michael Caine and Lena Headey here, and it's called Twist. And I didn't realize it was supposed to be kind of like Oliver Twist, because when I was watching the making of on here, they were talking about that, and for some reason I didn't pick up on that. I was thinking too, was kind of a little bit like Peter Pan. It had that kind of feel too, like the people all together and everything, like the Lost Boys. I don't know, it had that kind of vibe, but it's basically though about this this kid who ends up, he's this graffiti artist, and he does parkour, so he's always kind of jumping around and jumping up buildings and stuff like that, and he has people that are kind of coming after him, and because he's kind of causes problems around the town with graffiti and stuff like that, and he ends up kind of linking up with this one girl that he meets, and she kind of brings her him back to this group where she lives, and it's kind of her and a bunch of all these younger kids together that are all in their 20s, probably I guess 18 to in their early 20s, and they're all kind of living together, and Michael Caine is kind of the one who kind of watches them and everything, and they basically they're living together and going and robbing things and stealing things and kind of planning out stuff, and they basically are all planning out to try and do this robbery together and everything. And it's Lena Headey's character is kind of she's part of the sort of part of the group, and they have a problem with her and everything. It's a little hard to explain what's going on, but I really like this one. Rita Ora is in the movie as well, but I thought this is a really fun movie. It's basically, honestly, it has the vibe to me of if you guys like the Ocean's 11 movies, it really has that feel. It's pretty much that style of a film. So if you like those type of films, I would definitely recommend it. And like I said, this one had on here though, the making of featurette on this one here, feature wise. And the next one I got here is from Lionsgate as well, and it's a movie here called At Zola, and this one stars Riley Keough and Taylor Page, Nicholas Braun. This was a fun movie. This is basically, though, like it says on here, buckle up for the wildest road trip of your life, and it is a crazy road trip movie. Kind of has vibes a little bit to, like, Spring Breakers somewhat. It has that sort of feel. This is also from A24. It's basically, though, about, Riley Keough's character who meets Taylor Page, and they kind of like become friends. They met at this strip club I think it was Riley Keough's character was working at, and they end up basically going. They want to go on this road trip to go to dance at this club. So it's basically they want to go on this trip to go there, but it becomes this weird kind of relationship with them where it's like she has like a plan and she's trying to kind of use her to do certain things. It's kind of like there's some very shady stuff that's going on along the way, and when they actually get to where they're going to dance, it's like way more to what's going on. So it takes these really crazy directions, where things go and everything. It's a really interesting, really wacky, quirky kind of movie with the comedy and stuff that goes on in the film. But this one has on here, though, a commentary track on here with the writer and director as well as editor, has a making of on here as well as deleted scenes with optional commentary track on this one. The next one here is from Lionsgate as well, and this is one here called C.I. Ape, and this was a very fun movie. They did the ape, though. I haven't seen like an ape movie like this where it was done all digital. I don't think I've ever seen like that in a long, because normally it would either be like an actual animal actor, or it would be like someone in a suit. But like in Congo they had someone in a suit, and a lot of movies were suits. So I don't think they really do stuff like they did back in the day when it was like Lance Link, Super Chimp, that one where they actually had doing that crazy stuff. I always liked animal actors though doing it, the stuff, but now they do a lot more digital. But it's basically, though, and I think, too, it would have been really difficult to have trained an animal to do some of this stuff, because the animal was like, the monkey would have been, like, jumping around and, like, doing all this kind of crazy stuff and, like, using gadgets and stuff, and it would have been kind of weird, and I don't know how they would have done it. But it's basically, though, a kind of, like, Mission Impossible kind of thing about this gorilla that's going and doing, like, CIA kind of stuff and kind of having to get sent on missions and stuff like that. It's a really, really wacky. It's also a talking gorilla as well, so that's why they couldn't have done it anyway, unless they would have like done some digital stuff. They could have done that, but it was definitely an interesting kind of movie. Like I said, if you guys like these kind of if you guys basically want to see Mission Impossible, that's basically what this is, but with a monkey, a talking monkey doing the adventures and stuff like that. But like I said, still very fun movie. Definitely more for kids though. The next one here is one that I was really looking forward to watching, and this is a series where at some point I need to finally go and watch like the first 4 movies or something like that. For some reason, I don't know why I never watched these, and I only started watching these with the later sequels. And this one here is Fast 9 or F9 the Fast Saga. This is the Fast and Furious Part 9, and I like these movies. I mainly watch them though for Vin Diesel. Like Vin Diesel is like the main reason that I watch them. But in here, though, everybody, I thought, too, especially, there were 2 characters in here that I really thought got to do the most fun stuff in this movie, and that was, Tyrese Gibson's character and, Ludacris. I thought, they were really having the most fun stuff, especially, at the end, what their characters get to do, which was, insane. It goes, just so crazy what they get to do. But they were both great. They were, totally my favorite characters in this movie. They stole the show with their part in this film. They really got to do so much stuff. Like I said, the end with their characters was so fun. But basically, though, this is dealing with you're kind of expanding upon the past here, because you're finding out about the young, Vin Diesel when he was younger, and you're finding out about his brother, who is played by John Cena, and you're finding out about how they had, what happened to their father, and essentially, though, after something happened to their father in the beginning of the movie, they both went their separate directions and hadn't spoken for years, and now John Cena's character is kind of involved, with somebody bad, and he's kind of he has this stuff he's dealing with these magnetic things that can kind of mess with the thing, like these super powerful magnets he's kind of putting around and kind of causing all these problems. But the thing about these Fast and Furious movies is that they consistently, do an amazing job with topping the last one, because every time they do something so insane and weird, like crazy, that you're like, how are they going to do something crazier than that in the next one? And they always seem to do it. I know they're getting to the point where there's not going to be too many more of these. I feel like from the actual series of Fast and Furious, I almost feel like I heard there's only going to be 10, and then there's going to be a spin-off, so I might be wrong about that, but I feel like, though, it's getting to the point where I don't know if they can keep topping this. You know what I mean? With how crazy that it's getting. But on here, though, it has, feature-wise, it has the theatrical cut of the film, and it also has a director's cut. I watched the director's cut version. What I was reading about it, I know it expands on some of the characters. I think it added in, was it Cardi B? I think it said an extra scene with Cardi B, and it has like some of the action at the end they expanded upon. But on here, though, like I said, it has a gag reel. It has on some featurettes on here, a commentary track on here with the writer and director on here. You know, but really, really fun movie. Definitely, like I said, would recommend you guys check it out. The next one here is from Warner Brothers. They sent out a free copy of this one. Let you guys know this one is available. And this is a movie which I have watched throughout the years so many times, and it's now celebrating its 50th anniversary. This is Stanley Kubrick's Clockwork Orange, which out of all the Stanley Kubrick movies, I think to me, my favorite is The Shining, and then will be Clockwork Orange. But Clockwork Orange, I think I probably, you know, might have watched this a little bit more because, you know, Malcolm McDowell is absolutely amazing in this movie. And it is basically, though, about him as this group of these bad guys. I don't even know how you explain it. These four guys that go and kind of cause havoc and like attack people, and they're really violent, and they kind of don't care about anything. They don't care about society. They can do whatever they want. And basically, though, the one night they end up attacking this couple, and, you know, Malcolm McDowell's character ends up getting arrested. And it's essentially about him going to prison and the trying to change him and trying to break him from his ways of his violent tendencies and trying to see if they can cure him. That's basically all you can really say, but it is intense, like the way it goes, and just the cinematography in this is amazing too. That's the thing with Stanley Kubrick is I always liked too that the way he would shoot was you would see the ceiling and the ground and everything. Like, there's something about that I liked, especially in The Shining. He did that the whole time. He never even wanted his movies to be in widescreen. He wanted them to be in full screen, very like high with the picture, so you would see the top and the bottom like that more so because he would shoot it like that. And he always does that with his shooting. But there's the milk bar scenes in here too are amazing. And in his movies too, you look at these films and you see how many filmmakers copied his styles and everything too. On here, though, 4K wise, though, this looks amazing. It has on here, though, feature wise commentary track on here with Malcolm McDowell and film historian Nick Reed. Has on here Malcolm McDowell looks back, turning the Clockwork Orange, Channel 4 documentary on here, some featurettes, a theatrical trailer on this one. The next one here is from Warner Bros. As well. I want to let you guys know this one is available. They sent a free copy as well. And this is the newest, the second season here of Batwoman, the complete second season. And this one is basically, though, Ruby Rose is not back in the second season, but it's about something, you know, what had happened to her character has gone missing, and now the suit, this new person has found the suit, and it's basically about her, you know, donning the suit and taking over where Ruby Rose's character basically let off and everything like that. I think this is a fun series. You know, definitely worth checking out for sure. But this one has on here, though, feature-wise, villains analyzed on here. Never Alone Heroes and Allies featurette has deleted scenes on this one, as well as a gag reel. And on here, too, I'll show you guys a look inside. It has, like I said, the digital copy of this one. And in here, too, it has the... in the back here, too, it has the episode guide. So it says what was on the episode and the features here as well. The next one here is also from Warner Brothers, another one I want to let you guys know is available, and they sent over a free copy of. And this is the complete fourth season here of Young Sheldon here on Blu-ray. And this one, I believe, is also, I believe it's Warner Archive for this release. I don't think you would find this one in stores. You would find the DVD in stores. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that it's a archive release for the Blu-ray, and then the DVD is in stores. But this is basically, if you guys have never seen this show, this is, you know, Sheldon Cooper's character from The Big Bang Theory, the prequel to him when his character when he was younger, and kind of everything about him being the super smart kid and everything that goes on with his family and his brother and everything, and kind of like his sister and everything, and all just the kind of problems that he's having in life and everything and stuff with his grandmother. It's a really, really fun show, and it really has the same kind of vibe. You know, this kid, it really did capture, you know, the Sheldon's character and everything from Big Bang Theory, but doing a younger version of him. But it has on here, though, a feature on here. This one has a featurette on here called Cooped Up with the Coopers. And the next one's here I got it from Paramount. And the first one here is one I am so excited about. This is one I'm so glad is finally available on Blu-ray. I have always absolutely loved this movie, and it's a very underrated film. It's a movie, too, that, you know, was only ever available on DVD. And the DVD, too, was one of those non-anamorphic widescreens back in the day. So it was like one of the ones where the widescreen wouldn't fit for the whole TV, and you'd see like the bars on the side. So you'd see like bars on the side, like this would be bars like here and here, and then there would be bars on the bottom as well. So I always, there was a few of the early DVDs that were like that. So glad now it's finally out on Blu-ray. And it's a movie here which stars Kurt Russell called Breakdown. This also stars J.T. Walsh, who was an amazing character actor. And basically, though, this is about Kurt Russell's character and his wife, who they're driving through the desert and break down the middle of nowhere. And they're kind of like out there, kind of like not knowing what they're going to do. And then this big rig truck goes by. And the truck driver is played by J.T. Walsh, and he's basically saying, "Oh, I'm driving to town. I can get you there. There's a gas station, and everything." And Kurt Russell, his character kind of wants to wait, but his wife's like, "Oh, I don't want to keep waiting here." So she ends up going with him, and he's like, "You wait here, and then we'll be there waiting for you and everything." So essentially, though, he keeps on waiting and everything, and then he finally makes a way to the place with the tow truck driver, and then they get to where the place is, and then there's no sign of his wife. He has no idea where his wife is, no sign of this truck driver, and it's basically, though, he's talking to the cops, and he's, everyone in this town is acting really strange when he's trying to ask, if they've seen anything. They're all, like, acting very vague, and it's just basically about him going and trying to do anything he can to track down where is this truck driver and where is his wife. It is an intense movie, absolutely a must-watch. This one is also part of the Paramount Presents line, so it has on here, like on the bottom, it says the date of the movie, 1997. On the side, it's number 26, so they're numbered as well. And also, too, it opens up like this, which is really cool. They all open up like this, the Presents line. And this has the original poster artwork for the film. I always love this cover for this one. Also has reversible artwork on here as well, like an alternate poster, which I think might be like a new image for this one. And inside, here's a look at inside here as well. And the next one I got here is from Paramount as well, and this is one that I was so excited about when I heard this collection was coming out, mainly because the one film in this series has never been released on Blu-ray before. This is the Crocodile Dundee trilogy here, which includes Crocodile Dundee 2, and Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles, and that was the one, like I said, I was really excited about. That was actually the first Crocodile Dundee movie I had ever seen before. I saw that one in theaters. For some reason, I had never seen the other films first. So I saw that one first, then went and watched the first two movies. And I always liked the third movie as well, because it had to do with making films. And I always like stuff that has to do with movies. And it has stuff with, like, Crocodile Dundee, like, going on the backlot tour. It's definitely a really fun film. All the films are fun, though. But like I said, really glad to have this one now. All three of the films together on Blu-ray. And I really do wonder, too, if they will make, another film in this series someday. It's weird, too. It's like in the back, it has like an empty spot, like there would be another disc. But no, it's only a 3-disc set for this one. The next one here, too, is one I wanted to let you guys know is available, which is from Paramount as well. This is the movie which stars Keanu Reeves and Diane Lane, called Hardball. And this one here has a commentary track on here with the director on here, the making of Hardball, deleted scenes, music video on here, as well as theatrical trailers on this one here as well. And the other one here from Paramount is another one I want to let you guys know that was available. And this is the complete first season here of the show, The Equalizer, which stars Queen Latifah. And this is the the reboot of this series. I can't remember who was in the original series. I don't know if I ever really watched the original Equalizer series, and then they had the series of films with Denzel Washington, which I really liked, the Denzel Washington films. And this is, now Queen Latifah is the character, and it's basically her, like, as vigilante and, like, protecting of these people and kind of going after bad people and everything. And I thought she did a really good job on the show. And I believe there's going to be a second season of this one as well. But this one has on here, feature-wise, some featurettes from the show, a time for a new Equalizer, gag reel, deleted scenes on this one here. The next one here, this is from RLJ Entertainment. This is also a Shudder exclusive. This is a movie here called The Power. Now, this was a really, really creepy movie. It's like, basically, though, it's set in 1974, and it's from the cover, I thought this was like more like 1874, because it looked like it was like back in that time period. But no, it's 1974, and it's basically about this woman who's a nurse, and she ends up getting a job to work at this I think it was some kind of it's like this old hospital infirmary place. It's not doing so well. It's kind of falling apart and everything. And they're getting ready to like redo the power in the place. So they have to like turn the power out. Or I think it was like blackouts going on in the town. And because of that, they had to like move some of the people that were there because there were some dangerous people there. They had to move them. And so basically she was going to be in there for her first night at this hospital in the dark by herself for the most part. So it's basically her in there. But when the power goes out and everything, weird sort of things start to happen. And it's kind of her seeing these things. It's very, very creepy. Really, really creepy visuals and stuff on this one. I would definitely recommend you guys check this out. This one has a commentary track on here, as well as a behind the scenes photo gallery. The next ones here, these ones are all from Mill Creek, and the first one here is a double feature. This is the Girls Night In double feature, and this has the film which stars Brad Pitt and Anthony Hopkins, Meet Joe Black, as well as Wimbledon, which stars Kirsten Dunst and Paul Bettany here as well. And like I said, just want the guys to know that this one was available. And I remember Wimbledon really well when that came out. That was in '94. I remember like that was one of those movies too. I remember seeing like posters for that one like crazy, more so than other movies. I don't know why I always remember that really well. And there's also here from Mill Creek is 2 brand new Ultraman releases. Now this one here is Ultraman, the complete series, and this is the animated series of Ultraman. And like I said, this is the complete series here of the show, and I didn't even remember that there was an animated series of this for some reason. I never knew. And here's a look inside at this one. And here's a look too. It has an episode guide as well, and it has like an ad on the back for other Ultraman releases from Mill Creek. And here too, it has like a detailed episode guide which has stuff about the episodes themselves, a screenshot and stuff like that of them. They always do a really great job too on the episode guides and stuff like that for their releases for Ultraman. And the other one here from Ultraman is one here. This is Ultraman 80, Our Distant from a Distant Star. And this one has on here, though, I'll show you guys, though, a look inside as well for this one. And this is the complete series as well. And here's a look, though, at the episode guide as well for this one here. Like I said, just want you guys to know that these ones were available from Mill Creek. And the next one they got here are from Vinegar Syndrome. And this is one here called Devil's Story. This is a fun movie. This is basically, though, about, like, it's like a really crazy kind of, like, it starts off, though, like, just kind of, like, jarred into it. And it's, like, this weird, like, deformed kind of creature guy. And it's, like, you can tell it has, like, the most, like, mask-looking kind of thing you've ever seen in your life. Like, the way this thing looks, it's, like, the most rubber kind of face for the killer. And that makes it, like, so ridiculous and fun because it's just so goofy. It just looks like a pullover, like mask that you would get like at a Halloween store or something. In some of the shots, some of it's better times it's better than others. Other times it's got this really strangeness to it. And what's funny too is it like the one license plate for the car says Florida, and then it's like, was this the one that it was like? I think this was the one. Yeah, this is the one where it said Florida on the license plate, and then it was like, you could tell that it was in no way there was anything like this in Florida, this kind of castle that they went to, but it's this weird kind of deformed killer out there, killing people, and these people end up breaking down out there, and then kind of like, out in the castle out there, and then the killer is nearby. It's like this weird sort of thing with the killer and his mother who's this gypsy. It's so much strange stuff going on in this movie, but it's a really fun film. I always like too when there's stuff like this I had never seen or heard of before, like these really totally undiscovered films. This one is newly restored in 4K from its original 35mm camera negative. This one has the original French language soundtrack as well as the English dub. Making of on here, brand new interview on here with the writer and director, select scenes with commentary from the director, French TV coverage, theatrical trailer, but like looks great here on Blu-ray. The other one here is a fun movie, and I remember hearing about this for the first time because in the beginning of the movie, John McBride, who's the director of the film Cannibal Campout and Woodchester Massacre, he was like in a small part in the beginning of the film. It's a movie here called Blades, and this is a takeoff film on Jaws, but dealing with like something is killing people at this golf course. And there's even the guy who's like the owner of the golf course is kind of like a Rodney Dangerfield kind of guy, like the way he like plays the role and everything. And it's basically though about in the beginning of the movie you see these people getting killed on the golf course and you don't know what had happened, what the thing is. And you can kind of tell that it has to do with, you know, with what it kind of would have to deal with is killing them. But without if you haven't seen it, I don't want to ruin everything. But essentially, though, it's like once they find the bodies on the golf course, the head of the golf course, the player the Rodney Dangerfield type guy, he's like, oh no, we can't close it down. It's just like in Jaws, where they're like, oh, we can't close it down. We got the big, you know, the 4th of July event in Jaws. They were saying on this, they're saying, oh, we can't close down. We have the huge golf tournament. We can't close. We got to have that. So it's like this whole big thing, and then the people getting killed off and stuff on this golf course. It's a really fun movie. This one has on here feature-wise, it's newly restored in 2K from its original 35mm negative. Has a commentary track on here with the writer and director. Has a making of documentary still gallery on this one here as well. And the last one here from Vinegar Syndrome is one here with a movie which stars Christopher Lambert called Resurrection. I'll switch the cover to the alternate cover in this case. It's a little much for this cover. I don't want anyone to not want to see that on here, but it's one here called, like I said, Resurrection. And basically, though, I remember this one had a different cover as well, I think, back in the day. I think I remember, because I remember seeing this one. I think this came out in '99, and I feel like I had rented this or something like this back in the day. So I remember somehow seeing this. I can't remember for sure where I did. And it stars Christopher Lambert. It's basically, though, this really gritty, kind of like, you know, sort of Seven kind of vibe about this killer that's killing people and, like, taking body parts of them. It's basically to build, you know, bring back, you know, Christ is basically what it is. Basically, by taking body parts, and there's, like, all these biblical verses and stuff like that, and they're trying to get to the bottom of who is behind this. It is an intense movie. Really, really well done. One you don't hear about too much either. Has on here, though, newly restored in 2K from its original 35mm negative. Has an a brand new interview on here. Sorry, an interview on here with the director. Interview on here with the actor Robert Joy. Interview on here with the composer on this one here as well. And the next one here is from Dark Sky Films. It's a movie here called Night Drive. And this is a movie which stars A.J. Bowen. And it's basically, though, about A.J. Bowen's character is this, like, rideshare driver, and he ends up picking up this woman. And, you know, he's basically just going to be taking her to her one stop and dropping her off. And when she gets to the stop, she's like, oh, would you mind waiting for me? Because I'd like to go to another stop right afterwards. And he's like, oh, well, yeah, I could probably be the one that takes you, but you have to go into the app and put in the next destination. Then I can wait for you and we'll go there next. And that's fine. But no, she's like, oh, no, I don't want to deal with all that. And she hands him a $100 bill. And he's like, oh, and then he starts thinking, well, okay. And then he's like, no, actually, I think I got this party to go to. I've got some other things. So he's trying to get more money. Then she hands him more money. And it's essentially one of those kind of things where, you know, he agrees to this. But what ends up happening, though, is there's just something really off about what's going on, what her plan is and what she's doing. And then very early on, they end up having an accident, you know, getting into this, you know, hitting somebody with a car. And it becomes this whole thing about what they're going to do and how they're going to cover this up. And, you know, she's like, you can't tell the cops, and it's this whole big thing because she's saying, like, you drank this beer. It's this whole weird thing that goes on. So it's essentially, though, it's kind of like, what is this whole thing that's going on here, and what is her plan, and why was she giving him this money? What is happening? It's a really, really interesting movie. Like I said, this one here is called Night Drive. The other one here is from Dark Sky Films as well, and it's a movie here called Blood Conscious. This is another really good movie. This is basically, though, about this these people that, you know, came back to a couple that comes to the one family's house, and when he gets there, though, his parents are dead, and it's kind of like he finds his parents dead in the house, and you can tell that it had just happened. And it's like one of these type of things when it's like they're like, what is going on, and what are we going to do? And essentially, though, they're all there, you know, trying to figure out where they're going to go and who was it that did this. And then there's like this really weird guy there, and it's essentially them out there trying to figure out how they're going to survive. And it has like sort of like this, a little bit like, I don't know if you would say like a high tension-y kind of like You're Next kind of feel to it a little bit, or Strangers kind of vibe when they're kind of trying to, you know, hide in there and what they're going to do and everything. It has that sort of feel to it. Like I said, this one here is called Blood Conscious. The next ones here, these are all from Severin Films. And this is an interesting one here. And this is the director, John Russo, who was, believe he was the writer on, or one of the writers on Night of the Living Dead. And he made this movie. And a lot of the actors from Night of the Living Dead were in this movie, and a lot of them were from a lot of the Romero movies as well were in this film. And it's a movie here called Midnight. And I don't know if this movie ever came out to DVD or anything like that in the U.S. before. I feel like this is one of those ones that I don't think it did. It's a very seldom seen movie, and it's kind of like sort of like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of movie about like these weird rednecks. They're out in the middle of the woods and they're like kidnapping people and killing them, and the people that get like trapped by them and everything. It's got that sort of vibe. And like it's that's sort of what it is. It's like essentially like a Wrong Turn type film, but it was from 1980. This one has on here the making of Midnight, an interview on here with John Russo, interview interview on here with the producer, interview with John Amples. John Amples was in Day of the Dead, Martin, and he played Martin. It has an interview in here with Tom Savini, who was a makeup artist on the film, isolated score, alternate title card for the film, trailer, as well as radio spots. And the next one here is also from Severin Films, and these ones are both ones I just want you guys know are available. And this is one here called A Day of Judgment, and this one here, this is about a killer, you know, involving like a scythe, you know, in this one. It's basically, though, this one has on here, though, in the Atheist Sin, an interview on here with author of Nightmare USA, Stephen Thrower. This one also has Tales of Judgment, an interview on here with filmmaker Worth Ketter and writer Tom Mikath on this one here as well. And this one here, I got to cover this so no one says anything, but this is another one here, Giallo film, I want to let you guys know is available. This is one here called The Fourth Victim. And this is a Giallo film from 1971. This one has on here an interview on here with Eugenio Martin, biographer Carlos. Also, it has an interview on here with the director, Carlos Argura, who did the a biography on the director of the film. It also has a deleted scene on here and a theatrical trailer. And the last one here, this one is from you know, the Acorn Media International here. And this is also a region-free release, because I checked this one in the standard, you know, U.S. Blu-ray player, and this one played with no problem. This is a movie here called Terrified. And this is one that I remember seeing the cover for this one and thought how creepy this looks. And it was like, was this thing going to be that creepy in the movie? And it really was. This is a very, very super creepy movie with some really, really creepy visuals in this one. This is set in this small town in Buenos Aires, and it's basically like this small, like, kind of like apartment complex kind of community where weird sort of things are happening. They're weird, like people are dying and weird stuff is happening. And basically the people who are there are trying to kind of get to the bottom of what is happening there and trying to figure out what this stuff is. And like I said, there is some super terrifying images in this one. This is one, it's very hard to explain what's going on, but I would highly recommend you guys check it out. It definitely lives up to the cover and as being that creepy. Like I said, definitely recommend you guys check that one out. But anyway, though, guys, that was all for the review portion of this video. Like I always say, if you guys enjoyed these shopping videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching, subscribing, and I'll see you guys later.